Ravelance will be holding off the Capellans while we work, and I don't want to leave them out there any longer than I have to. Clippy. These guys are very clearly competent, seasoned warriors who are more than capable, with appropriate support, for doing things. Yang's got nothing to do but tack weld a couple pieces of armor onto our ship here, or our mechs, so lend him out to him, you know? Let him do a little bit of help for that lance. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Alright, let's go ahead and begin this mission. We're going to throw this one. Assuming, since they're saying they're off helping the other lance, I'm on my own for this one, which is going to be interesting. Convoys could be carrying a black box of data on the locations of the Stolen Raven and the secret R&D lab. Any vehicle carrying such valuable data will be well defended. We've never gone up against their security team. We don't know what they're likely to be armed with. Odds are high that any transport you stop will issue a distress call. You're going to bug out quick after you get what you came for. So marking an evac zone here, presumably, on the map. Make your way there once you finish the job.
Watch your heat. This climate won't help with dispersal.
So basically, we're looking at... That's the denial zone. Prevent them from escaping that way. That's the convoy's route off of that area there somehow.
We'll go.
I don't really 100% believe that, but sure.
Acknowledged.
Good news is I've got the 3 fast runners coming along with me on this one, so they have a good chance of intercepting. Smash and grab's the problem. I've got to get in here and I've got to get back out. All the Yang belong to us. No, they don't. Jump the blackjack off of that, because I suspect when I get close enough...
Our target is within sensor range.
No, they're not. Yo, paperclip. You see the sensor range on that mech here? Even the mechs I've got are extending nowhere near that stuff. Annoying little git.
No problem. On my way.
Alright, you guys stay down on the ground. Firestarter can jump around a little bit. Blackjack's just gonna have to jump to keep up. When I was leaving the indicator up here, I'm thinking, okay, it makes sense to have the Firestarter here. I pop over the hill into the stuff there, but no. No, we gotta do something screwy to mess around with you even more.
Confirmed.
Let's bring... Hello! Suddenly, enemy.
Roger that.
Alright, let's... Got a Locust 1M, unknown mech, tank, mech.
I'm walking here.
Someone downrange to intercept just in case. We're gonna have to run the blackjack in another turn. That didn't look like a mist even though you said it was. Something flash burned on the armor. Must have been a lizard. Oof. Well, this is just screaming trap to me. Tell you what, let's kick open the door.
Roger that.
Alright, what do we got in here? We got a mobile HQ. We've got a Locust, a Commando 1B, apparently the game's new favorite mech, Javelin, Striker, 2 Commando 1Bs, and 2 more units downrange. And all of these guys are fully armored. Let's put a little shotgun on the way here.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Ready to get it on.
Ah, perfect. You can intercept.
Move.
Primary target damaged. Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
Not enough to fully bring it down. Okay. 2 points left. Come on, could you spot me those 2 points?
Yes, Commander.
A little bit of weak armor, that sort of thing.
Move order confirmed. Affirmative.
Primary target damaged.
There we go.
Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
At least it's not the case of you have to destroy all units but X. They introduced, well, it's weird. The Raven, I think they kind of lumped it all together in one system. The Beagle and the ECM. The Beagle Active Probe is kind of a weird thing, though, because it's designed for detecting powered-down battle mechs, typically. It's kind of a weird thing to have to try to, for them to do on the field. Let's see, you're probably better off just going up against the mechs here, honestly. Keep them distracted.
All weapons committed.
Just do what I can to knock out all
Enemy
these
mech
guys.
Critical damage detected.
He swings, he misses.
I live to serve.
Let's see. The vehicles are my only concern. That's what I've got to keep in mind. Remember my mission.
Rock'em sock'em.
Ooh, these vehicles are not blowing up on the one kick theory here.
Yes, Commander. Roger. Locked on for physical attack.
There we go. So like they said at the mission start,
retreat.
focus on the convoy. Everyone else I can
One for the scrap heap.
basically evac ASAP if I have to. That was a bad hit.
That shot
Javelin,
went target.
arm.
Light damage, Commander.
Let's see what we got here.
Aye, aye.
Brick. You going down range.
Affirmative.
Throw them off a little bit. Precision strike if you don't mind.
Confirmed.
Nope. No joy.
What the hell?
It's nice to have MechWarriors that sometimes echo my own thoughts. Yeah, I'll take the arm. Nope, just shy of it. Alright. L-arm carry, that's definitely gotta be the next one to go. Let's see. If I'm gonna do that, let's do...
Engaging physical attack.
Structure exposed. Laser, take it. Yes.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Okay,
I'm gonna need a
that got the arm. Alright.
I'm losing weapon system.
That's okay, still got the other full half of it.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, I do need you to actually consider helping me out here now. So here, go stomp on that.
Engaging.
Open that jar, Pickles.
Leopard inbound, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Okay,
Come on, people.
primary
let's make it
mission
happen.
resolved. So I could pull back the
Vehicle down.
Javelin, which is probably not a bad idea. Just to save the mech. Not that I don't have another one already lined up ready to go. Just outfit and plug it in.
Standing by.
Let's see, hearing, who do I want to go after here?
On my way.
That accidentally hit me. Nope, I'm good. Alright. He's internal though and hurting.
Standing by.
Brick. You've got a lousy shot, my friend. Move anywhere decent. Let's bring you up in the fray. I
Lifting
need the
off.
heavy armor out front. Snagged him. Even a double melee damage, light mechs just don't do enough damage since they used to. I think if I dug into the enhancement and patch notes, I'm pretty sure I'd probably find that they decided to nerf the damage a little bit, because it was a little out on the ridiculous side. Yeah, Javelin's definitely going to jump out.
Receiving you.
Actually, can still contribute a little bit to this battle, though. Side all opened up already though, so yes please. Ah, it's a generator, it's got rear armor. It's crash padding, that's what it's there for.
Command. Got it, Commander. Mech destroyed.
I think I can take them. Command is kind of a priority target because of that large laser, but basically that Javelin's the next problem because I'm going to have someone getting behind me on that, but I can get good movement.
All weapons committed.
Since his back has already been opened up.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Yeah, quit it.
Commander?
Yeah, it certainly looked like it was splash damage to myself, though. I mean, let's be honest. It is right within the sweet spot. I want this. Do not fire the AC, though. 2 medium lasers should slice right through it, and the machine gun should set off anything left.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Unless, of course, I whiff entirely, but at least I took the AC-10 out, so it's not going to have recoil penalty next time.
I'm your spaniel.
I'll walk you. Do have to walk you though.
Onward.
Drop a medium laser.
Behind you.
Okay. The Squire voice on that one got me. Behind you. That was lovely. Alright. It feels like the MechWarriors have gotten a sense of humor today.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech destroyed.
Standing by.
Otterhound, what do you think the odds are I can have you help out
On the
here?
move.
Oh, that hit a bunch of terrain right in front of me. Couldn't see anything. Oh, you poor misguided fool.
Awaiting orders.
You seem to be of the impression that I really care about that attack.
Moving out. Let's see how you like this.
Ah, I missed. Oh well. Commando bravely trying to hold it off.
Engaging physical
Your
attack.
smart move, my friend, considering you're not a jump-capable mech, would have been to get out of there.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Aye, aye. Affirmative.
Because I can walk down a whole bunch of fire on you, friend.
Going.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position.
That was overkill.
Enemy down.
Alright, so the Javelin's out of use at this point
Mission
then.
successful.
Not surprised at that, though. That was kind of... It's the way of the Javelin. They tend to go a little too quick. So unfortunately, all I could really do would be to downgrade to SRM4s and use the extra tonnage to bump up the armor a bit. But even there, they're great mechs, and they've got the maneuverability. They just don't have the staying power on the field. Of course, I also took a pilot with it, too, but... That's okay. I get a commando out of it if I want it. Really need another large laser. Alarm 20 would be kind of nice, but I'll take my chances on the salvage lottery on that. Got one of them. Got an SRM4. Two of them. Nice. There's my second Javelin for the refit effectively there. Using him as an LRM boat doesn't work very well because the best you can do with that is an LRM5 or an LRM10 if you scrap. You basically just make it literally just around an LRM5 boat or LRM10 boat at that point. And even then, you usually can't carry enough ammo to make it really useful. So the problem you then have is how do you set it up so that you can do the... If you want to do anything to set it up so that you can have a secondary weapon, you can't really put much of a secondary weapon on it, or you're stripping off armor to do it, and you know, the SRMs are pretty good. It's the case of you have to really jump in and jump out with it, and when you're in a desert like that, or on the moon, you lose a little bit of that jump in, jump out, because the heat build up. It's got a commando. The 1B, nice. Provolance! We've covered the data of Capellans. They jumped us, caught on the flank, and 8 full alpha strikes from the Lance of Brawlers. Ooh, they're hurting then. Half a dozen AC, 10 shots, all unloaded. The blink flyer cockpit cracked like boiled egg. She's gone. Oh shit, that's not good. That's unit cohesion right there. She's the whole reason why her uncle is trying to help her out. That's tricky. Alright, so we can't bring her back. We can finish what we started. We're going to do our job and going to do right by you. I haven't forgotten our promise to help you destroy the project data for the Raven. Alright. We've got 2 different combat drops planned. We need to carry them out ASAP. Got the locations for both the Raven and Black Caldera's reverse engineering project. They're in the vicinity of New Jacobstad, an old armory and hardened RD facility, respectively. Here's the bad news. They're both heavily defended, and any attack on one will prompt the other to go in a high state alert. Okay, so this is going to be like the other Flashpoints where we pick one target and they attack the other. So it's simultaneous attacks. Simultaneous drops. Yep. You got that one right. Couldn't find any specifics about the armory. We know they've got mechs in the area, but they can't put a number on it. The R&D lab is extremely well documented. They've got a monstrous amounts of indirect fire coverage, a whole flanks of missile turrets, trebuchets, and LRM carriers. Hostile Lance couldn't even get close without Black Caldera's pounding it flat. Oh yeah, they want. Okay, so whoever goes on the R&D is going to be able to use the Raven. Theory, the prototype Raven's electronic warfare suite can prevent nearby LRM launchers from gaining its target loss. No target lock, no indirect fire. Well, that's a help. Of course, stealing the Raven will trigger the aforementioned high alert. Black Caldera doesn't know that Bravo Alliance is hostile yet. As far as they're concerned, we're the good guys. They'll tolerate us in their AO even after the alarm bells start ringing. Hell, they'll probably even welcome us with open arms. As soon as you make an aggressive move, yeah, that warm reception will be gone. Should be okay to loiter around near the lab until one of your MechWarriors can meet us with a Raven. We'll go in together. The Raven will reduce their offensive capabilities to wet noodle status. That's a theory. You scout the Black Caldera R&D lab. We'll hit the armory, liberate the Raven, and bring it to you. Okay, so it's not a they do one, we do the other. It's a 2 more mission run here. And then we all blow the lab together. And they're basically turning to us for guidance. Okay. I'm still going to stick by them. I mean, like it or not. Can I swing by the mech lab here, or MechWarriors, because I need to...
Awaiting orders.
We got some experience starting to stack up here, and I could probably put used to it. Evasion or overheat threshold. Hello.
Ready for orders.
I will certainly take overheat threshold.
MechWarrior
Get
training
all your guts
complete.
up.
Standing by.
Overheat threshold, perfect. Alright, I got 2
Training
MechWarriors that are going to be slightly better off in the mechs now. That are running hot. Can't really do anything from the mech base standpoint. That's 2 mechs that are out on damage. The commando is going to go straight to storage. The javelin I'll hang on to, but it's no point in refitting it right now. It's not anything I can spend time to go deal with. How many MechWarriors do I have viable right now? Just the one that's down. Otterhound's down for healing, and that's it. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Lots of money or extra salvage. Let's... Yeah, it's urban, too. Let's really cheese the salvage, then. Alright. Javelin sidelined. We're kind of forced to bring in the Vindicator at this point, then. 2 more missions. This could be pretty close. Need my good gunner on that. Who's the one who's got the overheat? Anyone who's got gut 6 has got overheat on them. So Terrorbird really needs to be in the Jenner. Right? No, the Vindicator. The Vindicator's gonna run hot quicker. Other good one is... Yeah, let's stick them... That way the Jenner will have a bit better overheat protection. We kick Herringbone up to the Blackjack for the better shot, and Dragon, you're gonna come along on your first stop with us. That should go pretty good. Especially pilot for a good pilot skill on the Firestarter is probably better because of the melee. The Firestarter, I can at least get in and out of melee to cool it off. And still do equal amount of damage, just about. All theory, yep. Strategize, theory, think it through. Now, if you want to do an LRM boat, I mean, really, you have to go with something heavier that can actually carry everything. The Trebuchet is the first real good LRM boat that you can actually get. Anything lower, you're kind of... It becomes less of an LRM boat, and it's more you use it to knock down evasion. So you've got indirect fire on something, you plink it with an LRM indirect. You might not do damage, but at least you'll knock a peg off the evasion score for the mech. All right, let's see what
Command
terrors
interface
we're about to
initiated.
launch into here. Raven is being stored in a dilapidated armory in this part of the city. Opposing unit strength is unknown, but I bet it'll be somewhere between a lot and way too much. So, again, potential smash and grab. We need to get over to there from here. From this position, you should be able to get eyes on the facility. We can plan... Okay, no, this is not where it is. It's where you can get eyes on it. Okay. And there's a timetable.
Ready for action.
Well, they say there's a timetable. They don't tell me it must be done in X turns. Just that there's a base. There's a base somewhere around here. That's news to me. However, I've got to say, pretty game check here, guys. The one really difficult thing about doing city environment in a game like this is, even if you procedurally generate it, the variety of buildings that you've got to work with usually tends to be the problem. You just start seeing repeat buildings all over the place, and so far, it doesn't look like it. Definitely doesn't seem to look like it. Alright, enough sightseeing. Let's get Jenner somewhere where I can actually see some stuff.
Confirmed.
Rather kind of wander around the cross streets if I can.
I got a sensor trace.
Oh, come on, really?
Standing by.
Right off the bat. Okay. It's okay, we can work with that. Cover our flank in that direction. It is definitely a mech. Getting into that position
Moving
there.
to position.
Oh, actually, no, the good news is there's a mech over there. Alright.
Ready for orders. On it.
Commando, hello.
Firing all weapons.
Fully armored commando. Jenner coming in on the side. Okay. It's not too bad
Awaiting
yet.
orders.
Let's get back to the ground, but in a slightly safer spot.
Roger that.
And that way I can run. The Jenner's got its best advantage there. Stray shot hit the building behind him. No kidding. Now you actually can, in BattleTech Urban Warfare, hit the broadside of a barn. Okay, you're ground bound unless I jump. Over here, you're going to be potentially exposed to crossfire if I go over here. Slightly worse off on that shot with the SRM. Looks like it's going to be a messy shot regardless for that, so...
Engaging jump jets. Engaging target.
It feels like I'm being overly cautious. I am.
Detected.
Back of my mind right now is very much the whole... The game could dump anything on me at this point. And I really wouldn't be expecting it. Rough going out. No, because I can't get a... One more hex closer I can get it. That'll be in the crossfire. But I get better odds on that shot.
Firing.
Well, not with that kind of shot, but...
Ooh, that hit something
Is
good.
there a tunnel up there? Oh, cool. It's like an underground highway entrance there. You know, there's no corresponding exit point to it on this map that you can see. The road disappears underneath the park, and that's it.
Receiving you.
That's... yeah.
Aye, aye. Targeting for an alpha strike.
Figured the building would protect me from the worst of it, which it looks like it did.
Yes, Commander.
Brick. He decided not to engage from that direction, so I feel safer running you in now.
We'll go.
Spike him.
Let's see how you like this.
He just fell apart when he hit the ground. Alright, 2 unknown mechs. Flanking either side of the building.
Acknowledged.
Hello, Locust. I would like to say hello to your center torso if you don't mind. That was the resolve we're spending there. Alright. Jenner. Perfect. He's gonna run hot.
Engaging target.
Unless I take off his arm first. That could be a problem. There is a downside to disarming a Jenner right away.
Ready for orders.
As weird as that seems. Hang on, there's a... Oh, great, yeah. They wanted me to get up here to see the base where the stuff is, where stuff is at the base, and the reality of it is there's a turret right there. Get into rear shot in the woods, but I'm going to take a hit from that turret.
Aye, aye.
What's it got? Sniper crap. AC2s.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Let's hope that turret's a lousy shot.
Damage minimal.
Commander? Aye, aye.
So you're the last one to go, huh, Brick? Okay.
Affirmative. Confirmed. Take that.
You're robbing the knockoff version of Black Mesa. Entirely.
Daniel.
I wouldn't put it past that to be a bit of a little bit of an in-joke type thing. Kind of overheating, so let's cool you off slightly.
Engaging physical attack. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Ready for orders. Onward.
And Blackjack coming for that kill.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Objective complete. You're clear to move on.
Well, thank you for your permission, Commander Clippy. As if I really needed it. Oh, boy. That turret nearly just leveled a building. Okay, so we got 2 turrets in here then.
It's on now.
Light Shredder turret, LRM. Yeah, so getting close to these guys is not going to be easy.
Standing by.
Oh, and there's turrets down there too. Of course there are. There's always multiple levels of turrets you have to worry about. Right at the extreme edge of the range. Let's run this one in. So find the raving, assuming we can get it. A word of warning, we've got reports that this base may have gun emplacements for point defense. Ya think? Clippy, go back to your drinking, please. Okay, light turret. Let me take that from there. Some stuff I'm willing to do, some stuff I'm not. Shredder turret could be a problem. 90 points of damage. I typically do wind up doing that when I do an attack.
Confirmed.
Problem number 1 dealt
Hostile
with.
removed.
It's gonna be a question of how much supporting fire can I throw down range here.
Engaging target.
The answer is not too much.
I'm receiving you. Got it, Commander.
How much more do I need to do to you? 47 points. If I can hit with an AC 10, that will do it with a little bit of overheat damage. Crap. Anything I try to do is going to overheat. Alright, you're there to take damage, potentially. Nope, no worries, you're not being shot at. Okay.
Ready for orders.
Brick, you wanna... yeah.
Affirmative.
Send you a little bit of help.
Receiving you.
Crap, you're overheating too.
Got it.
47 points. I just
All weapons, go. Target eliminated.
definitely want to get the Jenner out of the way here because I saw that was a dropship landing area. It looked like.
Full throttle.
Turret on the side to deal with.
I live to serve. I'm walking here.
Save it for medium laser shots. Don't want to run through all that ammo there. That would be very bad to run out of AC 10s and have a reinforcement lance drop on us once we get this thing.
Standing by.
What are you anyways? SRM-6 Flamer.
Got it.
Nailed it.
Target destroyed.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Well, fortunately for you, Clippy, I happened to step inside the capture zone for that.
Aye, aye.
Unfortunately, we're not done yet because of that. Give me the location of said reinforcements. No, just that there are reinforcements.
Receiving
So I'm overheating
Aye, aye.
half my units.
I'm going.
I'm spread out to hell and back.
On my way.
And I don't want to take any serious damage to these guys because they've got last one more mission. We got ourselves a spider, and it just moved
Ready for orders.
hideously fast. Spider A.
Confirmed. Firing.
Yeah, multiple units in that reinforcement. We got one back there. Presumably another one somewhere. Yeah, down here.
Commander?
And nothing I do is going to apparently expose that mech, so let's get him. Let's get you in the woods, off to the side safely. Same thing with you, and you can contribute a long-range PPC shot. I'll even blow a called shot for it if I can. Manhole cover.
Low damage detected.
Yep, it's manhole cover.
Yes, Commander.
See that manhole cover just blew itself out in the middle of the open there. That's what did that. That's why I didn't hit. Come on, you called shot.
Engaging.
Great. Hit the skyscraper, but 75% chance to hit on that one too. That's a shame. Alright, yeah, you guys are pulling back in that direction. That means
Awaiting orders.
or Dragon's out in a long, undefendable limb.
Confirmed.
Brace him up over there. I'm not gonna play in his territory. It's his playground. I'm here
Standing by.
to fight on mine.
Here we go.
Engaging target.
It'd be nice if I could hit the broadside of a spider at
Standing
least.
Acknowledged. Locking target.
Hey, I finally hit the center torso. Probably gotta jump behind me. No, he went for the building. How much? Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I'm doing this turn, guys.
Standing
I should point out this is not something you're supposed to do in the BattleTech universe.
by. Roger. Engaging with target.
Oh, the spider got out of the way. Darn it. Darn your easy move. He's reserving units is
Yes,
what he's
Commander.
doing. My odds to hit on you anyways. Probably abysmal. Very. Two of your friends out here doing nothing, it seems.
Roger that. Copy that.
Hey, the locust decided to show itself up there. Alright.
I await your command. Locked and loaded.
I'm pretty sure he's not happy he just did, but...
The Cobra strikes.
Engaging target.
Oops.
Alright, folks, let's get
Did
this
I
done.
do that? This is a calculated risk keeping him standing still, but it seems to have paid off since the spider has now stood
Ready
still.
for orders. Position confirmed. Engaging.
Come on, blow through the torso. There we go. Incapacitation.
Mech destroyed.
Okay, so we got locusts to deal with out there. I can worry about that. It's not a problem.
Awaiting orders.
Rick. Come on over here. To give you a good shot on something.
Lifting off.
Got a great one right here.
Firing all weapons. Hope we can salvage that.
This is reinforcement of the BattleTech mantra that speed is life.
Engaging target.
Unless you got the armor, don't stand around in the middle of
Already.
nowhere. You don't have a line of sight to him, huh? Okay.
Now it's...
I'm almost afraid of what happens if you destroy a building and I'm next to it. I don't want to find out, is the problem.
Receiving you.
Brick? Yeah, can you just get out of there, please? You're making me very nervous. So you're doing some jumping around. Here, just do one.
Standing by. Here we go. Roger.
Okay.
Target eliminated.
I was a little worried when they pulled off the whole, oh, reinforcements are coming in thing. But again, since I turned up the salvage, nothing but crap. Oh, yeah. We're gonna destroy all the notes on the Raven, but hey, Yang, Farah, come on, let's go down and take a look at it and study it and figure out what we can do with it. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mission successful.
Question is, so the Bravo Lance folks here, they're down to 3 people since they lost Umbra. And who's gonna take her place? Or is it just gonna be, I get 3 reinforcements when we take on this last piece of the mission here? How is that going to work? Let's see what we get. Tons and tons and tons of stuff that I don't really need. I can get a spider. Well, as far as something to sell off and something to start finishing. That mech you wanted is ready now, sir. It's not the mech I wanted. It's weird how when you play through the game that there's a definite gap where you just don't really have a lot of medium mechs showing up early game, and that's kind of the killer. It's not making it very easy to pick that kind of stuff up. Now, granted, I haven't seen the store in this location. Maybe I'm hoping there's actually some more out there to buy, but good grief. So far, the stores have been hideously dry.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Alright, we got a spider. Huzzah. And yeah, you're... Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, I hate you now, game. Oh. I could have taken on a much larger, much better group that last mission and been fine. Now you're telling me I'm taking the Raven, which is nice. But here's the problem. You're also not letting me see what the Raven's got on it. Now, if memory serves correctly, we're talking SRM-2 and 2 medium lasers. If I'm remembering correctly. I could be way off. So we got the Griffin, the Trebuchet, the Javelin. 2 heavy units, presumably fully armed, because it's not letting me see what their status is. At least I get to pick the person I send along, but that's about it. And I can't even go into the mech bay or the MechWarrior tab to increase any skill points here. Well, it doesn't make sense to bring along... I'm thinking about swapping Brick out. Because Brick's got the best of all evasive worlds for self-defense there. He's not a great gunner. He's also got the overheat threshold too on him, so... That's how we're going to play this one. Ugh. This is, And it's going to make me control all these units too, so I've got loadouts that I'm not going to be... 100% with. The Javelin's a 10F, so it's going to be the laser variant at least. And this is going to be interesting. The heavily armored, the heavily protected R&D facility. Right. Flanks of LRM batteries. You will protect Bravo Lance from these weapons while leading them to destroy the facility. So in other words, here's the other problem. ECM's going to have an effective range, so I have to follow along with other units. Now, if they're not letting me choose stuff on the screen for this stuff, are these units even going to be under my control, or is it going to be, they'll be playing under the friendly AI, and I'm by myself, but I have to kind of keep up with them, basically, or they keep up with me? How's this going to work, game? Actually, no, it looks like we get all of them.
Command interface initiated.
Pods are dropping off right in the dead center of the city. Black Helder's facility should lie directly ahead of us. I have to hope that the Raven's anti-indirect fire capabilities are everything they're cracked up to be. If they aren't, it's going to be a short trip. Yeah. Great houses wouldn't be fighting all over this prototype if we're dud. Blow it to hell and do it in Umbra's name. Right.
Watch for civilians.
Okay, so it looks like the game has decided to tell me what the Raven's got here. Update your command console to support the Raven's advanced technology, Commander. You're good to go. I like how they give you the, whatchamacallit there. The cutaway on it. Complete with some of the actual, stuff there. Aside from the fact that it shouldn't be an Omni engine. I think that's off. I could be wrong. According to the Black Caldera Data Archive, the Raven is equipped with 2 components that make up the electronic warfare suite. First component is ECM, electronic countermeasures. We've got a field around the carrier that impedes enemy weapon locks. The ECM's range is indicated by a dotted ring and a visible energy shield around the carrier. All friendly units within the field gain missile defense. They can't be targeted for indirect fire and are very difficult to hit with missiles, even in direct line of sight. Okay, so Raven's got to keep everyone within the bubble. Friendly units within the field also gain a stealth charge. They are effectively cloaked and cannot be targeted with any weapons. ECM carrier receives a second stealth charge. Okay, that's a little wonky, but it's not a bad way to handle it, I guess. I mean, you are representing targeting difficulties is the problem. ECM field can be countered by close-range visual confirmation. One stealth charge is subtracted when an enemy unit enters the ECM field, and for each enemy unit in the ECM field at the start of a new round. Units with no remaining stealth charges are targetable by direct fire. Sensor lock removes all stealth charges from a targeted unit, which that's going to be a huge thing with turrets, is the problem. Sensor locked units also lose their missile defense and are targetable by all weapons fire. If a friendly cloaked unit fires a weapon uses activated abilities, it loses 1 stealth charge. Stealth charges are replaced for units within a friendly ECM field if the carrier starts or ends its turns with no activate enemy units in the ECM field. That's interesting, Ek. So if I were... Here's the problem with trying to work it into how I'd be running it with a current lance. For instance, the fire starter would have problems because the second it fires anything, it loses its protection. So this is purely useful only from a standpoint of potentially trying to do something without taking a shot, getting there, and swamping them. But at the same time, you've got to somehow keep all the units out of your bubble. Oof. Second component is the active probe. Probe behaves like an area effect sensor lock on steroids. It's accessed via a new button on the carrier's weapon panel. Firing the probe spikes heat and it must cool down after use. Well, that's not canon, but prototype, I guess. When triggered, the active probe radiates a pulse that reveals enemy units and makes them easier to hit. As an added bonus, the active probe will shut down an enemy ECM's carrier capability for a short time. Affected units also have their sensors impaired, interfering with their targeting systems. That isn't canon either. Neither is that, technically. Right? Hang on. The ECM... does BAP counter ECM? It gets weird when you start getting into the tabletop rules on this sometimes. Alright. This is going to be interesting. So, as advertised, everyone is in my ECM field. They're all much harder to hit now because of that. I'm the carrier here in the Raven, so I have 2 stealth charges. Everyone else has 1. Never mind the fact that we just splashed down in the middle of a city out of drop pods. We have to try to get to this area. And of course, destroying the facility is gonna... The stuff I do to do that is immediately going to trigger them. There's a garrison located here or in this area. And no idea where any of this LRM nonsense they're talking about could be. Because obviously I have not seen this map before. I mean, there could be stuff on top of here. Now, hang on. There's a turret. Turret stand there. Turret stand there. Turret stand here and here. Doesn't look like anything down that way. I mean, it's still a lot of turrets to have to worry about, but doesn't look quite that bad. Faced worse, I think. Alright, we are here. Traveler's checks are over here.
Commander?
I don't want to play this because I've also got to do...
Commander.
As far as moving these guys together is the other problem. And it's N's turn within the field, so I've got to know where
Standing by.
each one of these guys are going to be capable
Receiving
of
you.
moving, too.
Awaiting orders.
So I'm going to bring you up here. See, I don't like that. It immediately drops it out. That kind of scares me a little bit, honestly. Doesn't feel like it should do that. Stock trebuchet and... Alright, so I should be undetectable to the enemy as far as they're concerned here. The advantage to me going up and over. Stick with the plan.
Got a sensor trace.
Okay, we got an enemy out there, but that's okay. We can find a good spot to park ourselves. As long as he stays out of my bubble, I should be good.
On my way.
I have on the Raven for weapons anyways.
Aye, aye.
That's your dealio. 2 medium lasers in the SR and an SRM 6. Okay. That's better than I remember. Remember the intro to
Yes,
Mech
Commander.
Commander, it's very much an SRM2 that he fires off. Does that kind of little pew pew. Let's get up there. It's not within range of the ECM.
On the move.
So everyone can move within. You know, we're picking up some of the sensors. Indirect turrets there. I mean, there could be LRM launchers hidden God knows where around this city. Look at the amount of stuff going on reserve there. We've got a vehicle and a mech. Another tank over there. Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Standing by.
Is firing, doing any actions will trigger this.
Warning. Enemy reinforcements detected.
I'd like to call them in any sec. Great. Yeah, like they promised on the tin. It's a lot of stuff, but we're gonna brace. I'm not gonna fire. It's the problem. Leaving stuff out of the field is a problem too.
Roger.
Brace. Okay, that trebuchet's been open, or has been seen at least.
Standing by.
So, what I'm better off doing almost. There's really crappy odds on that indirect fire.
Moving out.
Let's keep you outside the bubble right now. Since you didn't opt to stay there. I think I'm at a point where I'm just potentially going to have to cut and run for it and smash in there. And
Ready for orders.
damage be damned, basically. Or do I pull back like I'm doing here? This definitely adds a rather interesting twist. I gotta say that much. If I jump out in the open, that's 2 turrets that are gonna have direct fire on me. Too much, I don't want to overheat that. Known. Do anything. I'd really like to do it against that trebuchet and try to knock some of its capabilities down, but it's gonna be...
Aye, aye.
LRM carrier, peg it.
Got it.
That thing's got to go down. Locust I can live through. That I'm not worried about.
Awaiting orders.
Rick, you are... better off staying put right now. Okay, I see how they're kind of... I see how you can kind of use this now. Alright, so like if I move back over this direction, I would be giving ECM back to the trebuchet, even though it did something active. I'm not doing it with the javelin because he's not in a good spot, so... You've got no jump jets. Oh, for the love of... Alright, let's just kind of
We'll go.
put you there. Problem with that trebuchet is he's going to be a nasty customer to deal with.
Aye, aye.
But I can combat him at least.
Moving to position.
Also, amusingly enough, Galax. Let's see if we can do a called shot. I think it's worth it, even though it's a missile launch.
Confirmed. Reporting
Quicker I
critical
can
hit.
blast that down, the better off I'll be. Here comes the trebuchet fun. Javelin, pull back.
I'm showing minor damage. Receiving you.
It's not a bad spot to do a bit of indirect fire. How bad? 3-5 is the problem. It's that LRM carrier that has me a bit worried downrange. That's a lot of LRM 20s that it has.
Acknowledged.
I'm gonna blow it.
Affirmative.
The other thing I have to remember is LRMs are not infinite. Okay, can we move the javelin yet, please? What idiot put the guy with initiative 4 in the javelin? I'd like to get him out of there. Come on. Come on, game.
Systems holding.
Oh, yeah, I basically can't do anything. Alright, ride it out. Just saying, HBS, this is kind of a little extreme for the number of units you've put on the board moving here.
Standing by. Heading out.
Back in ECM. We're gonna have to back him off because the locusts are gonna start screwing around with things.
Commander?
But that's okay because I'm at a spot where I can protect everyone from here. Haha! Stealth increased.
Standing by.
And I potentially... yeah, these locusts are going to be a bloody nightmare because of this, unfortunately, too. It's a right side indirect shot on LRM-15s, but that's still pretty good. We'll knock the arm off, guaranteed. Might touch off the ammo. That's half his LRMs.
Engaging target.
Arm and torso, thank
Take
you.
that.
The locusts are going to be the problem at this point now. I'm a little less worried about this stuff. Grant, I can't let this go either.
Ready to get
Because
it
they're
on.
just going to run around inside the field and completely neutralize the stealth is the problem. Somewhere where I could do something... You have split fire. Primary, secondary.
Acknowledged.
It's a long shot on that one, but... we'll get his attention at least. That's a lot of missiles from that one.
Systems holding.
But not for long. Figured if I left two of them open...
Took a hard hit there.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I need to get you under cover. Eventually, at least. Might have one more shot if I back her off. Okay, I won't have one more shot if I back her off. We're about to lose her.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Got a lock on me.
I just keep pulling back and yank them out.
Stabilizers failed.
Oh, crap. Well, there you go. If you guys want to know what happens... yeah, that's what happens when the building goes. You take damage in your
Reporting.
leg.
Heavy damage.
Alright.
Receiving you.
Say only lose one unit of stealth if I do something.
Roger.
Javelin.
Now, let's see how you handle this.
Oh, come on. Knock the dang carrier out.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, theoretically, if I'm understanding this right, if I shoot with... see... does the active probe ping count as an action for removing a unit of stealth?
Roger that.
So I gotta tell you right now, that's a very attractive shot downrange here. Let's see what happens. I'm in a decent spot.
Giving him everything I've got. Hot damn, let's do this.
Okay, so that should remove. Yep, okay, one stealth. So I'm still stealth, and everyone who is around me is still stealth.
Yes, Commander.
Get you back under cover. So the only thing you guys can see is the javelin at this point.
Ready for orders.
It's not bad. I can pull... out of that, but I can throw some indirect fire downrange. In great effect. Trying to figure out a good spot to park, and unfortunately if I park in direct line of sight of anything, I'm gonna take bloody hell from the turrets.
Acknowledged.
That's an overheat. But it's a back shot on a locust.
Firing on rear arc. Critical hit, Commander.
And the locusts are a bit of a threat right now because they're going to run in and start reducing my ECM. Conqueror needs to pull back, also pull off a little bit of that instability. And that blasted alarm launcher's gotta get knocked down. Or the,
Light damage. Holding firm.
whatchamacallit. Turrets have a hideous range.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Yeah, I gotta pull these guys. I've got 50% of the garrison down. The reinforcements are the problem, and
Not
once I
much
get rid
armor
of
left in our
them,
location.
that won't be quite so bad, but I gotta pull back away from the turret. That's the problem. These guys are firing at ranges I can't even target them at.
Took a hard hit there.
Alright.
Awaiting orders.
Brick. Get your butt over here.
On the move.
Race, and let's hope we can get Peregrine out of there. That's not exactly a great place to be, but...
Ready for orders.
this isn't a bad spot
Got
to
it.
be.
Confirmed.
Because I know I've got to knock out these locusts. It's a given. Peregrine can at least maintain the speed to keep up with everything.
Aye, aye.
Tripshy, I would love to actually do something with you, but I need to... Still could. Running a little hot. Oh, I don't like being out in the open like that, though. That's the bigger threat.
Roger that.
I can weather this. It's what, right arm or
That
left
shot
arm?
went internal.
Nothing I can do about that for you right
Yes,
now.
Commander.
Everyone's either in bad shape, overheating, or worse.
Position confirmed.
Brace, cooldown, stabilize. Nah, he's... Trebuchet's fine. I need to back it away to actually get indirect fire again and stay out of line of
Taking
sight of
minimal
stuff.
damage.
I'm still somewhat protected, I believe, by the whatchamacallit here.
Commander?
Alright, let's keep moving Brick back.
Affirmative.
That keeps those 2 units under ECM. It's basically everyone else is effectively
I'm
hidden.
hit. Oh, I'm hit.
Oh,
Damage
I'm not-
minimal.
I'm not worried about your head
Ready
hits
for
right
orders.
now, my friend. Do have indirect from here,
Roger.
or direct from here.
Firing all weapons. Target's taken a critical hit.
Trouble is, I've got him downrange. Is the problem?
Commander?
I keep blowing heat, so keep moving. Bill and the Peregrine, you're just gonna have to hang in there. Calling you Bill from now on.
Commander.
It's indirect fire. Nope, I can't. I have to
Moving to position.
keep the unit moving. Where's the map? Yeah, I'm coming up on the map edge too. Good news is I'm out of the range of the indirects off the turrets of the base. So now I can start thinking about... Ow. I can start thinking about trying to deal
I'm
with
under heavy fire.
the units directly on the ground.
I'm here.
Him. It's 3 shots. I need to keep you out of the bulk of them.
Acknowledged.
45 versus a 65. Or called shot center torso. What does that look like right now? Crappy odds.
Confirmed. Firing.
I will take them. See, now these guys are getting screwed over. I've got units that are being revealed because of this.
Standing by.
I'm gonna do...
Confirmed.
Everyone back in cloak. Take a point. I need to take him out. Just a bit of my own stealth. Yeah, this really changes up the dynamic of the game when you start throwing this in.
Standing by.
I don't know, I can't say for the better or for the worse right now, but it definitely is interesting. Let's get you out of line of
Engaging
sight.
junction.
Trebuchet is going to be a problem before long, but I can't lose the ECM is the problem. Best chance of plowing through this.
Engaging target.
And also knocking him down too, which is not a bad thing. If I can crunch a torso, I might knock the pilot out completely.
Awaiting orders.
I'll leave you up there with direct line of sight on him. Tango down.
Target neutralized.
Alright. Just gonna hope we can avoid a bit more fire. Just a little while longer, then we can swarm the trebuchet. Of course, I got that stupid LRM launcher out there too. Haven't taken him down yet. That's a medium
That was
laser.
a bad hit. Standing by.
And you're overheating too, so yeah. Pull over, get into a decent
copy.
spot, and hole up for a sec.
Standing by.
Brick. Take a chance. Take him out. Yes! Alright.
One less target.
I wrote off those locusts, and I wasn't thinking of it from the standpoint of enemies getting within my friendly arc here.
Orders.
It still is a problem, unfortunately. Direct fire or direct fire. Unfortunately, that striker can still also get within range, too. Don't do that. Right side shot, vulnerable and weak. Okay, that knocked a leg off. That helps. Center torso almost crunched through. Take it, take it, take it. Oh, crap, the legs. That's not good.
Taking heavy hits, Commander.
29 points.
Awaiting orders.
It's putting your left arm towards the enemy, which is the weakest systems I've got left right now. So I need a direct line of sight shot to the downed mech that doesn't expose me to anything. Oh boy. Which really is to say non-existent terrain that I'm looking for.
Move order confirmed.
Not fire the LRMs. Lasers only.
Target locked. No retreat.
Okay. One more
Hostile
down.
removed.
Strikers are ticking me off now. Oof. Well, there goes my cover.
Yes, Commander.
Keep the stealth field up somehow, and there's no units over here. Go for it.
Affirmative.
Could really use some lightly armored targets right about now. I'm not going to really get a chance to do that.
Orders.
I think it's going to be heat management, likely only. I can have you positioned so you'll be able to pop out the back next turn.
Aye, aye.
Griffin needs to get out of direct line of sight. Send some stuff down range against those guys. Potentially do me some good, or start cracking the nut on the trebuchet.
Confirmed.
Anything I can do right now against those things?
Commander.
Overheating. Go around the corner. Brace up. Alright, the legs are... They're no armor,
Minimal
but
damage.
as long as I don't take any more
Reporting
leg
heavy damage.
Bet your wine in MechWarriors. I'm working with you here. If I
Aye, aye.
can to give you a hand. You're gonna have to accept right now, I am a bit of a target with a very big
Copy
hit
that.
list on it.
Copy that.
Very big target on it. None of that, what I just said, makes any sense, does it?
Commander.
This is what happens when Pharaoh goes over 5 hours, ladies and gentlemen. It's loopy. Bizarre.
Confirmed.
All weapons. Go.
Oh, come on.
Awaiting orders.
Alright.
Affirmative.
Drop the lasers just to run cool. Stick with the LRMs only. Stick with one LRM only. Alright.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Receiving you.
BBC and LRM 10. Heat levels are manageable, but I need better shots than what I'm getting right now.
On the move.
Lock yourself up there. Okay, we've got a striker trying to go around confused.
Standing by.
I'm just gonna sit there, but you got blocked line of sight.
On the move.
Now you don't.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Problem is I'm gonna run out of ammo first, and I still have all those LRM turrets to deal with. Granted, I can kind of run around them and hide, but...
Position confirmed.
Got it in you there.
Roger.
Okay, internal. Lovely. He
Internal
moved
damage.
into
Waiting
new
for
range.
orders.
Called shot below that torso. Or shred the armor off of his center. I mean, I guess that works.
Commander.
You guys were hot shots when you were on the field earlier. I know you lost your commander and whatnot, but this is a little disheartening, to be honest with you guys.
Moving to position.
Granted, they're fighting under my leadership, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but...
Firing a full salvo.
Oh, for the love of... would you just go down?
Standing by.
Called shot, center torso, please.
I copy.
Kill confirmed, Commander.
Okay, garrison's
Tango
gone.
Down.
That helps me out a bit.
Aye aye.
Here's your... Buddy's gone AWOL.
Keeping
Just
my heat
brace
low.
everyone.
Standing by.
Give everyone a turn to cool off
Roger.
here.
Venting heat and stabilizing.
I am so glad I tried not to rush through this
Yes,
for the end of the stream. Alright, plant, move up.
Moving out.
I'm here.
Peregrine, around
On
the
my way.
side.
Engaging with target.
No joy on penetration.
Receiving you.
Anything to move to get a line of sight? No, I can't. Alright, jump it.
Target acquired.
Oh, come on! Holy crap.
Standing by.
Vehicles have somehow magically become impervious to everything. Alright, indirect fire. Let's see if we can beat it down.
Engaging target.
Suddenly everything sinks through the front.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay, that's everything that was out on the ground. So now, the theory behind all of this is,
Commander.
I should being the operative word, be able to run
Yes,
these
Commander.
guys in effectively.
Confirmed.
On the
Oh
move.
yeah, there's definite glitches going on with the game trying to keep up here. Also, yeah, one of these mechs has the kill sound stuck. Apparently, I get out of range and I come back. Nope, it finally finished deciding to kill itself. So, how do I deal with the turrets? Because the second I do anything, I open myself up to being hurt. I have to do it from close
Commander?
enough range. Alright, let's see what happens here.
Affirmative.
Because this system is anti-missile defense, so I have to remember that. Don't want to fire any of these guys off if I can, because they are hurt.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, I can, but the second I do anything, they're exposed and it's indirect fire and I'm in trouble.
Awaiting orders.
So really what I've got is just a bunch of useless baggage train following me here because...
I've been sensor locked.
Cute. Alright, gotta take out the turrets then.
I'm
They're
taking
sensor
internal
locks.
damage.
Too late for that mech though. Trebuchet is probably not gonna
Internal
last.
structure damage.
These are all LRM-20 turrets, so they are done.
They're blowing through my armor.
That's fecking annoying. Can I just say that?
Aye, aye.
That now they can pick any target and drop my ECM on me. What you got on these turrets? LRM... Actually, thank God they're not LRM-20s. It's the only thing saving me right now, probably. 90
I'm
points of damage to take out the turret. Well, that's a full 100 if I go for that one. And you whiffed with a laser. That's just
Yes,
great.
Commander.
Didn't need you to do that, friend.
Commander?
25-8. Not enough to take down a turret on its own either. Also can't move. Brace.
Roger that.
You've got to maintain the defensive screen. The only reason I can use... This is going to be tricky. This is really tricky.
Heading out.
I was thinking I'd be able to waltz up with the Raven and just use its extra shielding point to keep itself shielded while not having to deal with anything,
Locking on
you know,
target.
plink the turrets to death that way. But that's decidedly not the case.
That turret is gone.
Sensor ping suit I have, well, realistically, I know I've got the one there, there's at least one back here, potentially, and that should be about it.
Standing by.
So I just really need is something... Well, let's
Copy
get the
that.
last of the indirect fires off, at least.
Confirmed.
That might open up my shots. If I take
No
down
long
another
range
turret,
missiles
I
remaining.
might be able to work around this.
Orders?
Like the turrets decline to accept the invitation for fun. If I... This is extremely short range. Granted, I've got machine guns to worry about. But extremely short range on these turrets. I can take a machine gun round to the
Jumping.
back. And yeah, that basically confirms there's nothing else there anyways. Yep, we're gonna have to do it.
Locking in all weapon systems.
One more down.
Hostile removed. My heat sinks can't take much more.
Brick. I need you to move out. Not gonna have... Yeah, you can't even... At this point, you can't even arm... The Raven's kind of in a weird spot. If you outfit it with LRMs, it'd actually be more useful right now. Because it can't go toe-to-toe at good, decent enough short range. It's weird.
One less turret.
So that
Ready for
turret's
orders.
down. You have indirect fire weaponry left, but I really could use a direct fire shot if I can get one. And stand out in the open for one more LRM-10 shot.
Locking in all weapon systems.
Ah, just almost not enough.
Awaiting orders.
You've got no indirect fire capabilities, and... Oh, this is a Hail Mary shot here.
Copy that.
Okay.
Brought it down, Commander.
That,
Aye,
I think qualifies as possibly the hardest mission I have ever done in this game, and I include the final
Copy that.
campaign fight in that
Reading
one.
heavy damage to an enemy structure. Bring it down.
That was
Ready for orders.
tough. Very tough.
Position confirmed. Roger.
Structure down. It's history.
Flatten that one.
Orders.
Yeah, that... I mean, if you guys want to talk, was it worth having going out and getting the expansion for that kind of thing? Hell yes.
I copy.
This is an experience that the game has not presented
Awaiting
before.
orders.
It's kind of a shame they didn't have this in from day
Affirmative.
one, because, whew, that is a huge game changer.
taking the shot.
Oh, is that not the... Well, any of the buildings are count for it,
Yes,
so...
Commander. Roger that. Target confirmed.
2 out of 3.
Target destroyed.
Commander.
I need 1 medium laser to take it.
Confirmed.
Leopard inbound, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Oh, boy. I was honestly expecting a branching mission where you could betray the people.
Mission successful.
This Lance is all about, yay, we're the defenders of this planet. We're here to defend this planet. And now it's just like, we can't wait to leave. Please take us away. Woo! I've got a lot of aftermath to clean up on after this, so I'm definitely gonna take care of that real quick while I'm here. Oh boy. That was... Granted, the legs weren't that bad, but oof. We came inches from losing that trebuchet's right arm. And the javelin would, not bad, but look at the kill count on that thing. And the fact that the Raven actually still managed to get 3 kills despite running the shielding effectively for the entire unit. Whew. I think they also artificially, it feels like they artificially inflated the ammo counts for that mission on the mechs. So that might have been their way of helping you out. Hey guys, I wonder what I'm gonna have tons of after the end of this mission. LRM ammo for sure. That's 2 chunks of a trebuchet. Oh, well. I'm actually drained, guys. That one just absolutely drained me. Whew. So it does lead to some interesting tactics you can do with that, but there are also times that the AI was definitely pulling back and not going into the ECM sphere, and if it had done that, I would have been dead in no time. Those locusts could have gotten a heck of a lot closer, and with the heat curve I was riding, I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. No. We're done here, guys. No. This better be the outro for it. This has to be the outro for this Flashpoint, please. You're not gonna believe this, but Lady Alexandra Cunningham is calling on behalf of House Davion. She says it's about an acquisition deal and it's urgent. She's our Davion rep, right? Yep. Rich beyond measure, influential, popular, and an all-around golden child. We are going to speak to her, though. Okay, that's interesting. Given my character's background, Free Worlds League. Alright, put her on line, see what she has to say. I suspect this is part of a if anything, this actually does make sense. That the Davions would get their hands on this. Wow. Alright, so now we get the choice of the mission, I guess. House Davion has no intention of using the Raven at all. We see it as a bargaining chip, nothing more. Here's a funny thing about game-changing technologies. The game only stays changed until the new rules are understood. Pardon me, cough. And then it goes back to being the same old game, the one we've been playing from time immemorial. The idea of the Raven is what's truly valuable and what we aim to control. I'm feeling like this is a little bit of a fourth wall breaking moment here. Getting a little bit of Inception feel off of this. If this doesn't describe urban warfare right now here, then as the expansion, then yeah. Or all the expansions, really. Okay. You know where to find me, so... Right. I'll agree the Raven will go to him. Personally, I'm in favor of keeping your promises. At the end of the day, we aren't the ones who should be making... Oh, they're going to let me make the choice. Okay. See, again, wouldn't this all be great if they voice acted all this stuff? The way I see it, the Raven is yours to do as you see fit. If you sell it to someone we don't like, we just pack our bags and go work someplace else. We're soldiers within a country now, whatever saying says, our only real loyalty should be to ourselves. Huh. So did I just pick up 3 MechWarriors on the cheap? Oh, boy. Well, that's interesting. They did say the rare mech was the option of the outcome. So I can give it to Merrick. I can give it to Liao. I can give it to myself. Hang on. What the heck did they mean? I actually have a different idea of what to do with the Raven. See, that I could see as being an option to give it to those MechWarriors to start off their mercenary command. Their own independent command. Oh, boy. Wow. That's a tough one. That's a tough decision to make in there. I mean, depending on who I go for, that would definitely boost my reputation with them for absolute sure. If I keep it for myself, that's one heck of a mech to send around. If I teamed... Granted, it doesn't have jump jets, but if I still somehow team that up with the... it just really changes everything. I team that up with the Daka and just be able to jump it out and back of coverage on ECM. Oof. But I'm curious. Offer it to House Davion, to House Steiner, or to House Karita. Offer it up to the pirate clans. Oh, God. Wow. Okay, so basically this mission is probably like an instant reputation boost for any of the houses you want. Or one hell of a boost for your own forces. I think what happened is the makers of the game realized that they can't pack more than 4 items on a decision tree. There is something to be said for doing the pirates. I mean, just to try to get a boost into the black market. But at the same time, any good reputation I build with them is going to burn real quick. Because 90% of the missions in the game are against the pirates. Ooh, I don't really necessarily feel like pairing up with anyone on this one, honestly. I get to the last campaign stuff I was doing, it was like, not campaign, career mode. I was getting too fixated on building up reputation with one group or the other. We're keeping it. Sorry, guys, but as much as I could get reputation and some decent MechWarriors, I've got decent MechWarriors already, and yeah. Probably just pissed off the Free Worlds League, though. Okay, actually, that one was kind of worth it. Aside from the Flamer. It's not a bad medium laser. I've got a 50% crit AC-10, a boosted crit LRM, and a 2-hit defense gyro. And the Raven. Which, that right there is worth extra points in the career mode anyways. And a halfway decent payout, even if I've, well, actually, no, my reputation with the Free Worlds League actually still has gone massively up. Current faction reputation 14, it is going up 19. We're blowing past that first hurdle, and yeah, the Capellans absolutely hate my guts now. Okay. If you keep this mech safe, it will really shift things in your favor. It needs jump jets. The design needs jump jets, guys. It's the only downside to it. Alright, hang on. So we got that on the mission. There's our Raven. I want to be able to look at it properly. There's the electronic warfare equipment, and yeah, you can't even remove it. It's hardwired in. Alright. I'm gonna make a change here real quick. Let's move the explodey bits away from the expensive EW equipment bits, please. That just would make me feel a bit better. And I'm kind of thinking, actually, not even that. Let's look at that LRM. 1 ton. Ugh. I have to give up the medium lasers to do it, but yeah, it's not worth it. Reset. Just don't think there's anything. You can add the extra accuracy weapon to it, but then again, this really shouldn't be firing. Yeah, just please, Yang. Put it somewhere else, not in the exploding spot.
I'll get it in the schedule.
Yeah, 5 jump jets. The problem is I wouldn't be able to fit them without yanking out both medium lasers, and I'm a little worried about leaving that with the SRM-6s, or downgrading the SRM-6 to an SRM-4. Alright, we got stuff that's broken here. Let's get you fixed up. The Javelin needs a complete refit at this point. Fix it up, and this was the one I said I was going to swap out, or swap down to SRM4s. Save a little bit of tonnage. It's 2.75. We've got the jump jets maxed out, but now we can, as soon as I get the whatchamacallit back in. Point defense, small laser, please. Ammo, 100 rounds, and I've got. I had to go 2 tons on the ammo. Or armor. Because that is a lot for the mech game. Please, no, no, no. Also really need that much back armor. Armor, yes, but I would also like to be able to jump with this thing and not feel like I'm crushing an egg. Okay. Slightly less firepower, but slightly more durability. I think that's going to handle a little better on the battlefield. And it's a little less heat management on it. We'll see how that one turns out. Because then I can always refit this one to be the stock version. Well, more accurately, just to demonstrate, here's the problem with doing LRM on this guy. Is if I swap to that and then LRM, ton of LRM ammo, and then go with the jump jets that I need to keep him as a sniper capable mech. Basically what I'm down to is armor's really gonna suck on it. And you see the firepower is just non-existent. Range is great, movement's great, but there's no backup power to it is the problem, really. Just, it lacks the punch it needs. Not to say I couldn't do it. I go with a small laser there, it gets me a bit of backup power, but it's not going to be anything. This thing is not going to want to jump into battle is the thing. It wants to sit back and plink. I could swap out to an LRM-15. That would take the remaining 2 tons. But I'd only be able to carry basically 1 ton of ammo for it, which is not great either. I think it's going in that I have no jump jets. That's the jump jets are just too darn useful, honestly. You get a lot of good extra protection from those. Well, not extra protection, extra mobility. Mobility on the battlefield definitely counts in this game. Let's go 15 on the rear and actually 10 on the rear, I guess, because I want to have a little more on that. Okay, fine. Take it off the head, stick it on the front. One ton remaining. Max out the arms. I'm doing this one myself for balancing. I don't trust the max armor button. 15, 15. Equal parts across everything. The legs are kind of wonky. Throw it in there and try it. At least I've got the option to swap out to it if I need to.
I'll let you know when that's done.
And we've got a spider. You're gonna go to storage. Drop the Jenner down and prop Raven in there. You field another contract, which is not bad. Tasks need to definitely be managed because Mangle will have messed all of that up. Not that bad, actually. 7 days for that. Lots of money. MechWarriors. I need to check in on you. How are you guys doing? You guys got a lot of experience out of that, I bet. Direct fire. Max evasion. evasion wouldn't be bad on Brick. I'm typically putting him in the fire starter if I remember right.
MechWarrior training complete.
Receiving you.
Dragon, we can get you up so you got extra
Training
health, so you're not gonna
confirmed,
die the second you get hit
receiving
in
you.
the head.
Training complete.
What's up, boss?
Commander.
Otterhound. Extra evasion will probably
MechWarrior
help.
training complete.
Commander?
I'll add a level
Training
of gunnery for
confirmed,
myself. Give it 3 tons of ammo and just use it for harassing fire and burning evasion pips. That's true. I mean, the big problem is when you start getting into the upper end of the game, burning off the evasion pips is not that big of a problem. And the other thing is when you're talking about the evasion system, there's a reason why Daka is so successful, because when you're using those support weapons, they just don't take evasive into consideration, it feels like. I mean, that's why you walk up to something, and even though it's, you know, it'll be a 40% hit on the medium laser, but then the support weapons are like, yeah, 85%, we're good. So, the other thing is when you start getting up to the heavier mechs, wearing off their evasive isn't so much of a problem. It's you need to be able to do the massive amounts of damage to be able to take them down quickly. So that's where you get more into the called shots and knowing where to target them and hitting them with enough firepower to do it. Oh, let's run through and get this all cleaned up for next week, because I don't want to leave all this stuff running out there. Oh boy. Planned site of Darius networking for work contracts to be stop off at a tavern for a drink. See the painting hanging above the bar, the rest of the world suddenly goes still and out of focus. The majestic blackjack BJ1 gazes down at you, straddling the horizon, twin autocan smoking. There's no mistaking your family's ancestral crest on the chassis. Last time you saw this work of art was at an auction being sold to pay off your family's debts. I will buy the painting. It's 25,000, I'm not worried about it. Seems like those autocannons are moving me no matter where I move. Power conduits, that...
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
Okay, that gets you slightly better. Structure would be nice to have, relatively cheap. And refit would be nice. The upgraded lounge would be a bit better from a morale standpoint and story options. They certainly seem to be hitting quite a few of them. But structural repairs could do almost just as much.
I'll get the crew moving.
And they're relatively short. In fact, let's even get Otterhound
Ready
back
to
out
go
of the
over
medbay
financials
there.
Whenever you are.
Javelin number 1, Javelin number 2. See, I've got 27 days till the next financial report. I'm hanging in there on expenses.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Mechs are done. Structural pairs are
Hey, boss.
done.
We just completed those upgrades.
Ship upgrade, go for that. And now I've got the additional options to work with, so it's looking much better. Lounge.
Dig in. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
And that leaves me off at the end of the episode with, surprisingly, 2 full lances of mechs within the first, well, episode in what? 2 hours over episode and a half? Granted, it's the backup lance from hell, but at least I've got them. The Vindicator design is kind of working out okay right now. I could be convinced to drop the SRM-4 off of it, honestly. And the Raven, we'll see how that works out. That one might be the SRM-6 and ammo in favor of jump jets for mobility. Jump jets and heat sinks. Everyone else is Very nicely kitted. I could add more jump jets to the Jenner, too. Maybe drop a medium laser to do that. Is an option. But anyways, guys, that's, I think, where we're going to end this one. 2 hours on a Flashpoint. Holy crap. I was not expecting that one. I know it was listed as a very long, but... Whew. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to... I probably shouldn't have been burning off stuff on planet, because I know there's going to be nothing here. I think I should also check is the store, too, before I go. I'm sure there's potentially useful equipment here. Including a Griffin chassis. I could get a Griffin chassis out of this pretty quickly if I wanted to. Soak up the rest of the money, but something to be considered is an LRM Plus. SRM2s. Yeah, nothing really there. Hiring all. Nothing really there. We already picked up our MechWarrior from here. Alright. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we definitely need to figure out where to go. I'm kind of feeling pretty good for the head missions here. You can see there's quite a few opportunities out there. Oh god, and a new Flashpoint. Well, that's a medium one. I just barely got through that one, but it's a medium deployment. Slightly more difficult, consecutive deployments, rare mech, tonnage requirements, light mechs only. At least one of the deployment slots and your lance to maximum tonnage. At 1, okay. That actually might be a good test for the Raven. It's a long way over there, so I could probably stop back off at Verbium. Oh god, the Moonless World, great. Can we... Give me a 2-head mission there. Is that one going to be... Battlefield, Desert World, Medium Gravity, Poor Primitive Civilization, Small Population. That's probably what we'll wind up going. But yeah, definitely... I think this was... That is one heck of a mission to add and one heck of an enhancement to the game to make it. The urban maps are nice enough alone. I do worry that I'm running a 1080 Ti and it's struggling on this a little bit. Granted, that's at the end of 4 hours of playing, and usually BattleTech kind of gets a little loggy towards the end of the session, but it was really kind of chugging on that map quite a bit, especially with all the effects going on. The Flashpoint you're just looking at for Steiners will net you a unique crab. Could be interesting. Crab 50-tonner, large lasers. Would be a bad mech to have. So I think we might look at that. But yeah, when you throw in that whole ECM thing, and it's like... If that had been a normal map, it would have just been, you would have had to bum rush the turrets to take them out. Maybe play a little bit of hopscotch around with the trebuchets that were on that map. And hope the heck you can pull it off, but nope, not a problem. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We will be back on the normal schedule next week. It will be Mecha Monday once again. I'll also be back on Saturday with Wasted Space, Textfire, and Spacebar with some uncooperative combat going on in the Uncooperative Survival world as we wrap that series up. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This one will be up on YouTube. I put a comment on the VOD over on YouTube. I'll have this one up on YouTube in 2 days. So it'll be Thursday when it'll come up because I need to spend a little bit of time tomorrow night editing it and making sure it's ready to go. But we'll be back on YouTube next time. Thanks for watching and hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely, if you've got BattleTech, definitely give Urban Warfare a shot because that's some slick stuff. Catch you later.